Welcome back, everybody. Final map of the day for the three best of twos here in the CEVO-P Pro League. European coverage concludes after this, but if you're really craving some more Counter-Strike, don't worry, because North America is starting up. And if you're craving some Counter-Strike and happen to live in the Columbus, Ohio area, or are very rich and willing to travel, you can still buy tickets for the LAN November 6th to 8th for the MLG TV Arena. The LAN finals for Season 8, those are available on MLG TV, so make sure to go check it out. But here we are on Inferno into the pistol round.
Let's hope for Property's perspective this is going to go slightly better. As expected, they are on the T side, as it was their choice of map. And Titan with a pretty aggressive push. This is about to get pincered in. I'm not sure if he realized that there was players down to his left-hand side coming up through apps. So he will get picked off, although he did do quite a lot of damage on the trade there. I think Robin took 86 off him. And Berg's down to 53 as well elsewhere on the map. Here comes Swiss pushing up Banana. Forcing out Existence, tries the jump block burst, which would have been pretty disgusting if it lands. But does give a chance for Property to push onto this site. They did pick up the frag, but there is Scream. 3 on 4. And it looks as though that bomb will be planted on the B side.
Yeah, Scream pretty fortunate to find that one kill even, and he's trying to do what he can to just keep on, peeking as little as possible and get these shots in. And now Shox will come up behind him to help out. Shox going to get another. That player onto New Box, and now the player Dumas pushes Banana. Player though on the reverse side of Dark Box is Twist. Finds 2 headshots. 3 kills overall. Dumas with 2 of his own, and Property will win the pistol here on T side.
Good start. It's just what they needed on the T side. I feel like they're going to need at least 6 rounds here to deal with Titan's T side. Definitely a good way of starting. Nova for Shox. The rest of the players with pistols, and Shox is going to be taking that Nova into Arch's side.
Interesting.
Viable in a lot of places, but Arch's isn't really the first one I'd be thinking of. I'd be thinking apps or maybe even close on B.
Yeah, I was definitely going to think at apps. The Shox. Does he? Why is he looking in the sky like that?
I thought he was going to smoke it.
Yeah, but it doesn't even have any.
Yeah. Very
Maybe he
strange.
thought he did, I don't know. Everyone for Property and Banana. It looks like they are kind of just sticking together, watching their backs, not wanting to even go over an alternate or the apartments where it can be so deadly up against the 4-spot CTs, which, I mean, this has got to be one of the maps where the CT 4-spy is the scariest.
Oh yes, where the pistols really shine in little bottleneck positions like where Existence and Scream currently are on B side. He throws his smoke out, and that's fine for now, but that's not going to keep the last 30 seconds smoked off, so that smoke will dissipate pretty soon, and then Property will look to push in afterwards, maybe. Molotov is going to force Scream out. Very smart Molotov. He stacks both these Titan players at the back of the site. It's still decent enough crossfire they can pick off. It definitely limits what they were looking for before, which is the off angle. 20 seconds left. Robin's out in the open. He's been picked off. The bomb is now transitioning through Banana and will be heading towards the A side where Smith is. He's just been picked off. There's another player in pit. That's going to be RPK. Meanwhile, the other Titan players start to move their way up.
Yeah, so 3 for Property was looking pretty dicey there for a second. They were almost running out of time, but the bomb is able to be picked up and carried back into A site. Green will fall. Long range check 9 from Berg. Deliver in the death blow, and now it's just Existence. Trying to run away and hold on to the 5-7 and Kevlar.
Oh, Existence. What's to save this 5-7? I think he will be able to as well. Like, he should be good to go. Property may think about trying to push in here, but yeah, they're happy enough to save their AKs. I don't think it's really worthwhile the trade. Like, if Existence peeks round and picks himself off 2 headshots, then things get really sketchy for Property. So I can understand that play. 157 and Kevlar's not the end of the world. It's unlikely the rest of Titan would force Spy to accommodate that as well, or to accompany it, I should say. So good start for Property. This is kind of what we wanted to see on Cobblestone. That being said, though, as soon as the rifle rounds start to go, and that's the true test of Property's T side, like, you're expecting them to get these rounds right now.
Yeah, so anyone wondering about the questionable camera work on that last round, a cameraman's CSGO has, like, crashed, but hasn't closed and won't close, so he can't, like, leave and rejoin. So we're going to be riding the struggle bus a little bit in the next couple rounds, I think. But more or less, we're on board with Twist right now. He's been given the task of locking down these apartments, making sure the CTs aren't going to push or do anything a bit crazy, since they are just on ecos, and the CTs do get a bit crazy sometimes on ecos. Like this time, a B stack. Property haven't really sniffed this out yet, though.
Could cost them. Although the bomb is moving, I was going to say maybe up mid. That's not the case. Oh my goodness, Property. What are you getting yourselves into? Of course, there's no way of them knowing this. They don't have much information. What they need is Twist to try and wrap himself around here the side and check as many of these corners as possible so you can call, okay, A's bare. As soon as that call comes down, they could rotate through B, but it's not going to be the case. They are pushing in right now, onto the site. This is going to be into the embracing arms of both Cream and Smith when they get the crossfire down. There's one frag, nearly a second one as well. If the second kill comes down, then I fancy the chances of Titan to do a lot more damage, but as it stands, it's all in shocks. And he's not going to survive too long. But here we go. Titan are going to have their rifle rounds coming in right now.
The one thing that seemed a little bit odd about that round for me was the fact that Existence was floating around in CT's spawn, despite having the 5.7 in Kevlar. So you'd think you'd want him in B somewhere. Maybe not the first person, but close enough on a trade so that he could be there to maybe get some one-taps. And it's the 5.7. You can essentially just spray that weapon and get some kills. But he was a little further away, and I mean, we didn't quite see it on stream, I'm sure. But I'm guessing smoked off. But either way, the death ball from Property will work out. And now we've got Titan's first rifle round coming out. This is where they need to make a stand. 3 over to B to start things off, expecting maybe another rush. Looks like Smiths would more than likely be the player to slide back over to A. As wow, they were watching that from New Box. That was pretty cool.
What is happening to my CS? Crashed again. Okay, it's back, it's back. It's all good. I'm starting to question if my PC is dying. I think it might be. Either way, the Titan with the full M4A4s stacked across the team. We're always interested now to see which the players are going to be rocking out with the A1S, but in this circumstance, nobody. Shocks picks up the first frag. They're going to try and catch Existence in transition, and to an extent that has paid off to start off with, but then Scream with 2 kills. Looking for another one. Existence lands 2 of his own. And that's more like it from Titan. Easy round for them. Just 1 casualty.
I wonder how long they'll hold on to that style of defense, right? They just had Shocks and RPK playing very like aggressive up at the top of middle, like one really close from Arch side and one in Boiler, it looked like. And then they had the other 3, Smith, Scream, and Existence, just all at B. So they played a very B-heavy defense, and it looks like they will be going for that again, but it switched up a little bit. Smith seems to be moving around the map. We'll go out for this alternate peek. He just misses Benji. And those alternate peaks can really catch terrorists off guard, because they are just not all that common in CSGO.
Yeah, unpredictability really is king in this game. Because at the top kind of level, a lot of teams will do very similar things. It's just down to the executions. It's down to the small nuances. Minimal differences between strats. But if you do something that's completely unexpected, often it can work. Even if on face value, it doesn't look fantastic. So I think Titan is the kind of team that Existence is one of those players that can definitely call those strats. As he does pick up the kill onto Robin. Scream's also fallen as well, so probably in pretty good shape here. 2 players on B. Smiths was thinking about lurking up towards the B as well, but instead Existence lands the shot, and that could free him up to go back to the A side, so pressure being alleviated can make all the difference here for Titan. And look at this as well, Existence comes down through Banana, that's so cheeky, lands the shot onto Damas. This is what I was talking about before as well on Train. He's the kind of guy that will get up around the back of you, just raw game sense chiming on in, but Twist with 2 kills, 20 seconds left, he's looking for a 3rd one. Benji's low, at 15 seconds, they have to force their way onto the site, but that should be to the detriment of them, because RPK is waiting.
Sorry, you made me laugh, because my 13-year-old brain took over for a second. But RPK moving in. Nice Molotov, actually. Will get the kill onto Twist. That's all going to fall onto Benji holding on. RPK, no kit right now. Struggled in this time before RPK's got the time, yeah. Gets off that bomb real quick when he hears the pace quicken from Benji. Again, didn't know if he had a kit, right? So you gotta start going faster there at the end. Makes noise and RPK reacts, has plenty of time even after that without a kit to defuse. So Titan get their first round, but it is a close one.
Alright, what did I say to make you giggle?
I can't remember what player it was, but like he's the type of guy to like come up the back of you or something. I don't know. There was
I'm dead.
an innuendo there.
Oh, I didn't even realise. We were discussing Existence before on Train. I think you brought up it's like his map, right?
Yeah, he always seems, and not even in like the these are 6 strats. More so just like he gets tons of frags. Really well to open up that map of Train, but Shocks and Smiths, that last round was close. Titan gonna do everything in their power to ensure that this one isn't. So 2 rounds on the board and about to be a 3rd here. Looks like they will be surviving.
Yeah, there we go again. It was just off Shocks' position. He pushed down mid. He was hiding next to the bench and completely caught off 2 players who were looking to push into apps. That's what we expected from Titan, to play aggressive on both sides, and that seems to be the case. Saul and Robin, 27 HPs, peeking out of the balcony at the back of the apps, and he gets picked off. I think Kevin's having some issues with his internet right now, right?
No, he's back. He tried to cameraman and download Star Wars Battlefront, and it broke his internet.
Is that open beta now?
I think open beta starts tomorrow. In NA time, I would assume, because it's EA.
How long does it last for? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I mean, there's honestly not much content. Like, I unlocked everything and was playing it last night for 6 hours, so...
Yes. I have to get on that hype train. But Property going to make a real go of this. You know, they're in eco with the pistols, but they take down Shocks and also drop RPK for 8 HP. And then another one on Smiths who's playing the aggressive angle. I'm not too sure about that. If you lose your player, I'd almost prefer Smiths to back away onto the site, because that puts a lot of pressure on RPK. He's picked off. What a round this is for Property. Taking it down with ease. 3 players left alive. They're going to be picking up the weapons, and that's a crippling blow for Titan.
Well, man, Property actually doing pretty well on the T side, already up to 4 rounds. That's quite impressive. And you look back to last season where I think it was, I can't even remember at this point. It was either Public or Property that actually got a map off of NIP. So, like, you do gotta kind of watch out for some of these Swedish stacks. They can surprise you, and it would be, at this point, it would almost be a shame if Titan lost the map here to mess up that undefeated season potential, you know? I think just Mouse Sports and Penta left. Not the easiest of opponents, but again, someone you'd expect Titan to be able to 2-0.
I think Mouse Sports will be their toughest test.
Yeah.
Out of those, including this one as well. I think, Property got 4 rounds. Looks like they could get 5th. Even if Property go ahead, though, on their T side, I would still fancy Titan to bring this back. That sounds like I'm really dumping on Property. I'm not. Just Titan have been that good today. And Property, again, they have that issue of inconsistency. And on CT side, especially, if you make mistakes, it can really have strong repercussions. But this round has been kind of to and fro.
Oh!
He's going to get the drop onto Smith, who is still looking in, and that's plenty of stream now between 2 players. He is going in the right direction here. Robin is very low, but unfortunately for the screen, he runs into the spray down. And Property do pick up their 5th. Was that a force buy from Titan? I believe it was. So yeah, their economy is not good.
Yep, still making some crazy decisions here with their money on the CT side, and that's a lot of the things that make this map so CT-sided require a good economy. So when it collapses early and you get off to a rocky start, it does allow... Ooh, Terrace can't walk through the door. It does allow Terrace to get a lot done in their half. Property already with 5 rounds. Could be 6. So the Deagle is here on Shocks. Oh, and Smiths is gonna go boost up onto the Soldier Stone there. Or at least he's really trying, anyways.
Again, information is vital. Property must know that Titan are on a Nico, or at least in some kind of sketchy force buy, at the best case scenario for them. And by for them, I mean Property, because a force buy here would be really poor from Titan standards, but they haven't gone for it. And therefore Property need the info to find out where this stack potentially is. Now, of course, we know it's on A, but Property don't just yet, and they haven't pushed in enough to really find out. You can almost sacrifice one player to push on through here to find out, like, That's some pretty key information that Shox has got a deagle on the Archer's side, and I feel that probably is a determining factor as to why that bomb now very quickly maneuvers its way onto the B side. Where Existence is out, the P250's been picked off. There we go, the bomb's gonna get planted. Titan may just want to save these pistols. Like, it's not much equipment, but a deagle's still worth a fair chunk of change. In fact, they're not gonna save it, so they're all just gonna die. That dink, though.
Bomb has been planted.
What the?
Oh, Smiths! Sneaky beaky, like. That's what the CTs are all about on this map. As it's his, what are the CTs on this map, actually? What model is it?
It's like the SAS, the Scots.
Yeah, you're right, it is, though. This is modeled after a place on the border of Mexico and California, so...
Oh, sorry, did you mean where the map is based?
No, I meant the model.
Oh, right, got you.
But, like, it doesn't really make sense, right? If it's modeled after a real-world location, and every other map seems to have... Like, Overpass, for instance, has... I always say Gigan, but GIGN.
Well, Overpass is set in Germany, isn't it?
Yeah, so it has the German
Yeah.
police.
Oh, that nade twist. Awkward. Bounced off the wall. It happens. It's nice to see players of his caliber like those grenades. Doesn't make me feel as bad when I do it now.
I mean, it just shows you, like, how big of a problem it really is, right?
Yeah. I do it. To be fair, though, I do it every time, so it doesn't really help me feel better about my derpy nades. It's one area of my game I really need to work on. Well, speaking of twist, though, he's going to go for the entries. He goes in first, takes point, gets picked up from RPK, who sneaks his round. I've got to say, like, someone needs to be watching that for properly. There are 3 players in mid. There's no reason for someone not to have short control. And that's going to cost them kills and maybe even this round as a result. Benji with the Tech 9 headshot onto Smiths is going to keep the CTs pushing forward. You can see the bomb on short, though. 2-pronged attack stream coming in from Archers. Smart smoke from Benji. Gonna get tagged and finished off, but still 6 rounds. I said this before, like, I feel as though probably needed like 6 or 7 rounds on the T side, and they've already got to 6. Decent start.
That's, yeah, exactly where you want to be, but another round comes in for Titan, and it does put Property in a position where they could crumble here and maybe, you know, late in the half, give up a lot of rounds. Smith's pulling out that op. Let's see where he is taking it. He's going over to A this time, so it's that standard defense. Existence and Scream playing in B, 3 over at A. Let's see what Property can't manage. Benji does have that op. It seems like he's been using that a bit more, and I started to make that point on Cobble. I don't know if I ever finished it. About, like, not really having a set opera on this team. Like, Benji would use it sometimes, but not very often, and I think that is something that could maybe have hurt them a bit. But he's been using it a lot more today.
Kaboom used it as well, didn't he? When,
yeah, and Kaboom would pick it up sometimes as well.
So there's the other issue as well. When Kaboom's not here, it kind of puts more pressure, I guess, you know, in terms of role on the rest of the team. So you can see kind of some of the issues of that right now. Titan.
Wow, he was so blind, and that was through smoke.
Through smoke, yeah, in the head.
Uninstall.
Hello, Smiths. And then misses
and then
that
misses
shot.
that one.
there's no justice in the world.
So essentially, you're better off if Smiths isn't aiming at you.
Man, oh man. That's got to make, is it Twist who died first? Like, kind of got hurt. You know, it's like, hold on a second, that dude just killed me through flash and smoke, but then missed you the first shot. You what, mate? 25 seconds, probably leaving this one close. They're going to have to push on to B. That flashbang stops them for a few more seconds. You can see from Robin's perspective, he can't see anything. Finally, the snowstorm descends and has cleared, and there are 3 with 2 headshots. Looking for a third, Benji's pushing through with the AWP, and indeed
oh, that
he will
smoke
get
is actually, it was like up on the curb or something there. I'm sure that Scream actually might have been able to see the feet coming through.
Yeah, I think so. And if not, I'm pretty sure I'd have heard that as well, because he's running through like an elephant. I don't know why I said
now,
elephant.
Are elephants really that loud? Like,
I think if an elephant charged you, you'd hear it. Something tells
yeah,
me.
you might not hear it, you might just feel it. I feel like their feet seem pretty soft, but that's probably not true either.
I can't wait till games get to like virtual reality status. You can like feel and stuff. That's gonna be so sick.
Yeah, it's gonna be terrifying.
Although you know people are gonna use it for COVID reasons, but
Yep.
still worth.
Oh, flash. Dumas. I mean, that's the only flash for the team right now. There goes the smoke. Flash. Oh, that was really weird. I guess he was trying to bank it so it would kind of flash behind them as three people were peeking, but I don't think that flash really worked out. Also, I
Not
don't
really.
know how much it would have mattered.
Yeah, give me the eco. 6-6 is much closer than I was expecting from Property, so props to them. Titan do have a buy-up again. Smiths has a decent enough spawn to peek mid if he so chooses, but decides against it. Shocks was slightly ahead of him. I like this. This is more conservative play. Like, there's no point trying to go for that peek unless you're absolutely sure that you've got the best possible spawn.
RPK is shooting at Smiths.
Couple
What
of
that looked like.
He just felt lonely. Needed the attention.
I mean, he didn't hit him. It was just kind of weird.
Pod can be a lonely place, man.
True. Alright, so Existence to Bird. Twist brings down Shocks. Oh, Benji says hello to RPK, but Smiths is there with the trade out. So 3-on-3 now, and Existence is just pushing. Expects Robin to be retreating and going back to A. So Existence will push down, finds a second kill. Bomb planting on default. Twist will reside in pit. Oh, he actually goes up to Graveyard. Very nicely done. Completely outplaying Scream. Dumas shuts down Existence, and Smiths, who's actually found himself in the bomb site with an op. And again, Twist just jumping around over there.
Twist 11-6 as well, guys, starting to perform. It's one of the reasons why a lot of people say he's one of the most underrated players in the scene right now. People say this when he's playing for Copenhagen Wolves as well. Like, this is a guy, if he starts to find consistent form, can challenge some of the best players in the world, and we're starting to see why that may be the case. He's got a lot of support on his team, though. Benji and Robin both with 10 frags there. Smith though with a quick peek, 2 frags for him. Very nicely done. He's like one of those AWPers that'll miss the easy shots but land the crazy sick ones, like the really fast reaction ones. It's so frustrating to watch. Like, that one he can't really blade him. It was still close.
That was an in-between case.
It was. It's kind of how I feel about my AWPing. I miss the easier shots and sometimes get the crazy ones. But I feel like everyone's got that to an extent.
Yeah, I think that's about everybody. Like, I don't even aim at people when they're walking. I just, like, still flick to them. Because if I aim at them, and then I, like, take my time, and then I go to shoot, and they just, like, crouch. Like, oh, great.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah, it's pretty funny how that works out. So, I mean, that little entrance into Banana doesn't work out for Team Property. The round almost decided at that point where Smiths gets 2 and Existence was there backing him up. Found that kill. That leaves just Twist and Berg up. And it looks like they'll want to go back to B, hoping that maybe they've left just one person here at B.
Yeah, that would be really reckless from Titan, though, if that was the case. In a 4 versus 2. Oh my goodness, Twist. I'm feeling the man crush. Get out me car is the name of his bomb.
Yeah, that's Robin's bomb. I don't understand it, but it does make me laugh.
I'm not sure about that decision. I'll drop an AK in a 2 versus 1 to pick up an AWP. I mean, I suppose
11 HP, yeah.
I suppose he's in a position where he can use the AWP kind of mid-range, but I still...
Oh! Yeah, shut up, Metuz.
Yeah, so that AWP pickup was genius. I called it, mate. I said, you pick up the AWP, you win.
I mean, I think it made perfect sense to pick it up, right? He's on 11 HP. You gotta get those just one-shot, one kills. You can't even afford to take a bullet from anything. And then they just happen to line up like that, and he gets it. He clutches it. It's the ace. That was beautiful.
Oh my goodness. I'm like, don't pick up the AWP, use the AK. Use, like, sit in a position and just destroy them. No, I'm gonna take the 2-for-1. Screw you, Vince.
Yeah, but look at this. Here comes the ruthless nade down mid aggression, and it's so funny how this works at every level, right? It's that unpredictability, like just throwing down these nades. They've never done it before. You walk up, and they explode. So Property dropping that last round there after such a heroic effort from Twist to ace and clutch that round, and then Titan just throw nades at them and win the last.
Here's a caster-related question to you, Joey, because I'm curious. Do you ever have those moments where you wish you could go back in time and recast something?
Yeah, like all the time.
Yeah, that's one of those moments for me. I don't think I realized just how sick that was until I thought about it. That was a 4 versus 1, I think, at one point. Or it was... No. Yeah, it was. It was a 4 versus 1. It was a 2v4. Twist gets the 2 entry frags onto the site and then lands the 2-for-1 up shot. I don't even.
Yeah, I think I don't even sums it up pretty nicely. Can't really predict that, and you thought for sure that after the banana, the death and banana, that they would have had it. But let's go over to the other path. Titan now the terrorists. See what they can do. As Existence and Smiths are moving into the apartments. You have Twist and Robin holding a banana. I wonder if they're going to start to push. There's only one man, and that was actually Shots to hold them back, and Shots is going to go down. Smiths, I think he was even trying to take some shots into the wall there. I don't know, but they will hit nothing. Really nice shots. I'm probably, yeah, I did it again. Sorry.
Oh, I like it. It's good. It was quite dramatic as well, because Property now won both pistol rounds on Inferno, which is huge. You know, we always talk about the statistic. It's heavily in favour of the team that picks up both pistol rounds, you know, because that could effectively be 6 rounds if Property do convert these next 2. Now they're on the CT side, and whereas I was completely writing off Property at the start of this game, thinking Inferno, there's no way they're going to pick this up against Titan. Now they're in really good shape.
Well, I'm sure you weren't alone in that.
True. I like to keep an open mind when I'm casting and trying to see like the positives of both teams, but especially after that first match performance on Cobblestone, I didn't think Property had a glimmer of hope. But I'm very happy to be proven wrong. Like, these guys are hanging in. They are sticking with Titan, who are unbeaten so far in Season 8 Pro League, and that's maybe starting to be the story for them. But they're pretty much already guaranteed to go to the LAN. But can they keep the bragging rights going forward here, or are Property going to take it away from them?
Property are like the evil henchmen. It'd be a shame if something happened to your undefeated season. They might just have Titan up against the wall. They're force buying here on the T side. Makes a lot of sense, but they were unable to plant the bomb, so the SMG buy comes out from Property. 2 umps, MP7 from us, and a Deagle should be good enough to deal with what Titan is putting down. But Existence sliding through the smokes. Dumas up here in the balcony actually lets one run by. Only gets the one. Now it's Berg with the FAMAS. Nearly getting all 3 of them. Just finds 2. So there's a bomb to be planted. It looks like, yes, Existence will find the time to do it. It's so funny because Existence is the man that went B, and he's the one that ends up alone in A, planting the bomb.
All things considered, though, bomb plant is pretty decent for Titan. Obviously, they wanted more from that round. They did commit into it fully. But the bomb plant is going to keep them interested in the next round if they don't want to force up here. I wouldn't expect them to. They did take 3 weapons away, I think, in the last round from the CTs. Yeah, indeed, they did probably survive with 2, but I still don't think that that's worthwhile investing fully, especially when you now find yourselves 3 rounds behind on the T side. So, Property should have their 11th round. And that is a decent enough lead on the CT side of Inferno. So now the pressure is mounting for Titan. Scream down to 12. The grenade's doing a lot of damage there to him with P250. Shocks goes for the peak as well. This kill would be big, and he has landed it. And we lost a lot of HP in the process. Existence comes back with his P250 headshot as well. And now Scream with the Deagle. Could very well guess the players behind the car. It would make sense for Robin to be here. That flash is going to seal it up, but he doesn't get flashed by the second one as well. Just manages to spin around, but unfortunately for Scream, he's just taking the grenade to the forehead. And that is him lights out, all on shocks. Not cool.
So where does Titan stand now in terms of their money? It is good. This will be that first rifle round coming out. After the force didn't work, they lost the eco after that, so round 19. It's got to be comeback time for Titan. Or will property just be too strong here on the defense? Benji once again pulling out the op. So that weapon's becoming a staple for him.
This is a big round for Titan, I should say. I didn't say Twist. Maybe it will end up being big for him, but Titan need to start getting some of these T rounds. Benji's landed the first shot. Twist with the over-aggression down Banana. Maybe just wait until that smoke blooms before pushing down. Because that kill, although it may not seem like a big deal, is actually huge for Titan now. It evens it up, forces the CTs to spread themselves a bit thinner. If Shox can land this shot, things are going to get very, very scary for Team Property, and he's just darting backwards and forwards. Going to throw that smoke onto the balcony, then pop flash, and then force on through towards short. Did we just catch a glimpse of that play on the site? I'm not entirely sure. It would have been very quick for him to do so, as the head was popping up over the little box stat. But here come the kills for Property. It's all in existence, and he's got 50 seconds and doesn't have the bomb. I mean, this would be a perfect position for him in this 1v3. If he did have the bomb, he could just skate across the B. The bomb has dropped outside on short. What can he hope to achieve from this position?
But that was a pretty weird play from Shox. Distance will peek out and find nothing. Shox like gets out of apartments, flashes, and then drops down the car and just starts running back to his team on porch side. I thought that was weird. Maybe he wasn't quite aware they were up and he was trying to help clear under porch or check boiler for them as they came up. But, you know, of course it would have been much better if he could maybe drop off into pit. I'm not sure what the idea was behind that. Maybe he had something next level planned. But Team Property still holding on, winning that first rifle, and that's really big. I mean, Property winning rifles now, and now on the favorite side. Like, what's to stop them from closing it out? Yep, a nade. Looking a bit awkward there. Of course, well, you know what? Maybe it's to stop them closing it out. Okay, and then the double, never mind, because there they walk into the true crossfire at the top of mid. That proves too strong. Oh, Dumas shooting, but somehow still able to stay alive. Now backup is coming in the form of Benji. And actually, they'll just run over into the other side where Robin is waiting. 13-7 now.
I used to think that Property were one-trick pony when it came to cash, and like the other maps they were nowhere near as strong on. Off this performance, I'd say they're Inferno. Like, they should play Inferno more.
Probably just because they never showed us anything. They just only ever pick cash all the time.
Yeah, and every team let them pick it, whereas Titan obviously finds it first. It's not a map they're very comfortable on at the best of times. But Property's Inferno is looking pretty solid. 13-7 lead. If this was any other team than Titan in this position, I'd be thinking, okay, Property have the huge advantage coming through into this map. I still feel Titan could come back into this one. That first frag onto Shox, though, is going to make things a lot more difficult for them to bounce back. They haven't really got any entry frags. That's the one thing I'm noticing here, Joey. Like, Titan aren't really getting any first picks. It's typically Property that are like peeking out, picking off a frag, backing away, playing perfect CTCS.
Alright, so Shox is already down at another rifle round starting off. And then what an opening pick that was from Benji, pushing all the way down into apartments, but now it comes to the porch side. They push up past library, past Moto, into the site. One graveyard, two in sight, and one up in the A apartment. Smith will drop down. Oh, thinking about switching out to that red AK. And that should pretty much be it. Robin and Twist can't do much. They'll actually need to save. Twist himself is pretty poor. Berg's pretty poor. Benji and Dumas, even though they're dead, actually do have quite a bit of money already. And of course, they will be still getting in some after this round ends. So another rifle round coming up. But is this what Titan really needed to get situated on their T side? Took them 5 losses in a row to find a round here.
That's the thing as well, isn't it? Are they going to be able to rinse and repeat? That's the key question for Titan right now. Yes, you got one round. Can you keep this going forward? Can you start to break the economy of Property? It's the only way you're going to get yourselves back into this map. But of course, they're veterans. They've been here, done that so many times right now. They know what's up against them. They have to take it each round at a time. Not look at the deficit that's in front of them, because it is quite gloomy, I would say. 3 players stacking towards the B side for property, which we have seen a couple of times. They typically have smoke down and then pushes afterwards. Molotov is going to greet them. Twist has been picked off. A bit predictable, maybe their Scream as well. Robin has answered back with a frag of his own. The flashbang will stop their push for now. Then there's the smoke as well. But again, it's a similar kind of position where Team Property, yes, you stop the initial charge onto B, but you have a player disadvantage. And now the rotations came in, and that leaves A bit vulnerable. And Titan seems to have called this.
The solid off from Shocks. That's what I'm looking at. Opportunity apartments with it. Dumas behind porch does find one. But even still, the man advantage in A is completely taken over. They opted to put 2 in B right there, just the 1 man in A. So they have fallen to Robin and Benji. Probably going to be content to save. What is going on, Kevin? Probably going to be content to save. So 9 for Titan, 2 in a row. I mean, can they make the comeback?
Well, they definitely can. I think Titan are the kind of team that certainly could come back from this. But I think some of these... Well, both of these rounds have came down to small mistakes from Property. The first one was a very aggressive push, which they've done a couple times now. It was a bit predictable for Titan. And this is often what happens as well on T sides. Like, once a team starts to read what the CTs are doing, they can play accordingly and react accordingly and start to catch the CTs as they do their strat. So in this terms, Team Property have stacked 3 players in Banana. They smoke down, they push afterwards. Twist's been caught twice doing that. And that, for me, is one of the main issues why Titan were able to get that first round and indeed the second one. So here comes the force buy from Property. Not a full force buy. It's going to include pistols, so they're going to be able to buy up next round as well. But this time stopping, and you can see that Titan are putting a lot of their emphasis on Banana. They're trying to catch this push over and over again.
Not really sure how that missed.
Yeah, looked on to me as well.
Looked like that was pretty on point, but somehow just missing. Smiths and Scream taking a lot of nade damage as they run into this. Benji with the op, finding 2. Now Robin with the P250. Will it be up to existence? He's found Robin. He's got to work around first oranges to get Benji. Benji still taking shots, missing some at the closer ranges. Dumas leading the charge up in Garden, and the other 2 coming through Banana. Oh, that flash blinding them both, but Shock's less blind and will convert the kill with the M4A4. 2-on-2 retake situation, no kit. Oh, maybe just Berg can throw that AK back, but Twist can get out of there, or they'll just keep on moving. For some reason, I thought the bomb was already down, so that's my fault. Yeah, they just keep on moving in, and they get those frags, 1 apiece.
It's been a long day, Joey.
Yeah, I don't know. I was, you see that retake situation, right? You just kind of expect the bomb to be down, and I mean, that was definitely Titan running into that crossfire, having wasted a lot of time, and the bomb, I guess, left on the back burner. So,
and credit to Property as well for not falling into the same traps that I mentioned previously. For mixing it up slightly and keeping it unpredictable. So much pressure on Titan. They're 14-9 behind. They've gone for the force, and if they lose this, obviously they'll save the next 6 rounds. And it's going to be another force buy, a very similar buy to what you see right now. So there's going to be no open play for the likes of Smiths to get the early entries potentially. Just 2 assault rifles to play with, so I can't stress enough how important this round is if Titan want to keep their unbeaten streak in CEVO alive. Take nothing away from Property though. These guys have played very, very solid on Inferno. I'm super impressed by their performance so far. Here come the flashes. Dumas is going to have a quick peek. He can't see anything though.
Right
He doesn't notice any of those 3 players go through to Library. But there's Robin, and he stood up tall. He's tagged down Smiths to 4 HP, not able to get the last shot off. And now this leaves B very vulnerable. Twist has to take the initial peek. He gets caught with a flashbang out. Kind of unfortunate though. Can't really blame him for that too much. And that's all down to Berg and Benji. Can you pull off this clutch? Do they even want to? It looks like from their positions they just want to save already.
yeah, they should probably save. They will each be able to drop after this, so they should be able to have a full round. A pretty strong one as they try to get up to match point. And I can't tell if he was trying to flash into B to then try to peek into Banana, or if he was trying to just bounce a flash behind him because he knew that that one player, because Twist had just gunned one of them down, he knew that someone was chasing if he was trying to flash behind him and get into B. But of course, he was the only one over at B. So No, they were easily able to just wrap him there. Eventually wrapping him in the body bag.
Morbid. I like it.
Gotta keep it dark.
My mind goes to dark places when I'm this tired. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it happens. 14 to 10. And yeah, here's another buy. Those 2 guns dropped. The 2 that were saved. And a Mag 7 for Robin.
I think Mag 7 is completely viable though on Inferno.
Definitely.
So let's
Plus
see
you have to
where
rotate. Then you're just
that,
really
that's
sad.
true. Yeah, that's very true. It's very dependent on you holding position and holding the sights. That's a good way of starting things off from the last. Nice headshot at the distance. Didn't know what hit him. Great reaction speed. Although he was running around the corner, so I feel like the cue of the sound was definitely useful. Damas pushes the smoke. You can see RPK was not expecting
got
that.
smiths as well.
But Titan bounced back.
They are
3 kills
so
of their
low
own.
though.
They are, and there's a HE in the hands of Robin, and we spoke before about how retaking with the Mag 7 is terrible. Doesn't matter, he's traded up for the AK anyway, and the AWP comes in. This is as doable a 2v2 clutch as you could ask for from Team Property, but it's against Scream and Shox, 2 players who stand out in these kind of situations.
Yeah, Benji. Oh, I have to say, he hasn't. Whoa, no! Shox just killed Scream!
Just as I was hyping him up as well, he shoots his teammate, and the diffuser's coming in, and Shox is dead. What just happened?
I mean, he's on 4 HP, he's in the pit, there's smoke down, tensions are high, it's an important round. Something moves, you gotta shoot it. Unfortunately, it was his teammate. Casualty of war.
I think I kind of understand what happened. I think Shox was in the pit, Scream was holding a very tight angle on the site, and through the smoke, I think Shox just completely
Probably saw the
underestimated the
barrel.
angle. Yeah, I think he underestimated the angle as well and may have accidentally shot Scream in the head. That is so unfortunate, but
May
that's...
have accidentally. There's a chance that he just shot him in the head. On purpose.
There's a bad flash. Yeah, but like 6 rounds ago, he's still angry. That's his moment of strike. In doing so, though, that has
The counter-strike.
direct... Oh, I see what you did. That has directly put Titan now in a horrible place. 5 rounds to take us to overtime.
Well, here come the nades. This is a strat that we see a lot from NVS and Titan. Smokes all 4 of them onto A, 2 on the porch side, 2 on the Arch Moto side. Berg still getting shot. They are behind him. He almost turns and even finding another. Or almost finding another, and that'll leave Robin all alone. So Titan just pull out the big boy strat, the full A execute. And it works out. Thought for a second Berg might stop it. He was hitting some shots. But there it is. 11 rounds for Titan. And the 2 for 1 Property are actually broken here.
Yep, and judging by some of the economy on their side, their next round is likely not going to be a great buy either. So, the plot, as they say, thickens. Titan, although definitely down, are certainly not out just yet. And I feel if this did go into overtime, and this is really looking to the future, if it did go into overtime, I would fancy Titan to take it from there on in. I think the experience would come good, and also the momentum would help them out. But there's still a lot of time between then and now. RPK lands the first shot. Understandable why Berg would go for the information. It is ultimately a full eco, almost a throwaway round for Property. Gotta do the small, crazy things that may give you a chance at clutching the round out. Damas is on the boiler, and flames are burning around him, and there are Shox just to pick him off. Team Property with 2 players remaining, both on the B side. This bomb is going to be planted on A in the next few moments. That will take us to 15-12. Now, I'm really interested to see if Property will go for a force or if they'll go for a double eco.
They have the double eco for sure.
I feel it's a smart play, but then that takes them to 15-13 before they can buy rifles. They start to get really nervous.
Yeah, but at least, you know, you're 15-13, you have rifles, so then, even if you lose that rifle round, then is your chance to force buy. Like, push the option to win on a force buy to the later, like as late as possible, in my opinion. Although, this is like a hard decision, because the money's like almost good enough, but not quite good enough. Like, Robin can maybe drop some guns in terms of pistols, and maybe a couple guys could Kevlar up, and they could even out. But yeah, they do their best to even out. A decent amount of nades, all upgraded pistols. Just actually one of the more expensive ones, the 5.7, and 2 Kevlars, so a pretty decent evened out round, maybe even a small chance, right? Depending if Titan don't do their scouting.
Oh, if Titan walk into the trap, they can definitely still lose this, for sure, with 5.7s and P250s. I feel another reason why, obviously, not just the fact that the recovery wasn't good enough, but they want an open play as well for me. Terra Smith just charging on through, Twist lands the return headshot. Well, Twist has got a lot of the plaudits because of his ridiculous 1v4 clutch. It's Robin that really has been escalating forward with the frags, 25 for him. And he's still one of the survivors of this round. And for me, probably should just save. Just keep this Kevlar. Keep the couple of upgraded pistols you have and the smokes. There's still 2.8k worth of equipment. Not huge amounts, but really what's the chance of you getting anything out of this round and going for the exit frag? Now it's definitely going to be Robin just backing on off with the AK-47.
Yeah, that's what I say. Set up either save or set up for exits. But oh no, Scream kind of sees where that kill happened and reacts accordingly. Just goes to where he expects that player to then hide.
Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin's a bastard. My tired eyes cannot
For those
handle
of
that.
you with motion sickness, just got wrecked off Kevin. You're welcome.
Or epilepsy. Although at that point you probably shouldn't be watching or playing video games for this long of a time period anyways.
So here's the buy. It will include a knock on Benji. He doesn't have a great spawn. Probably the worst spawn for either site, actually, at the back of the CT spawn. Not that it matters. If he doesn't want to go for the initial peak, there's no real rush anyway. But he is going to go for the peak. And for me, that's a bit risky, because if grenades start to fire in there, he could take a lot of damage. Instead, just a flashbang and he will pull himself back.
So, Benji playing Arch with that op. They're going to need him now more than ever. Try to land these shots. Smith's also with his. We've got Robin and Twist playing at B. Knight. Berg, excuse me, as well as Dumas playing in the pit, and Balcony set up at A. So Titan do what they want to do, kind of spread out, roll their default, getting that initial apartment control, see if they want to do another set, execute on A. They'll have to push this into overtime if they want to keep that undefeated season alive.
And on the other side of the coin, this is so important for Property and trying to survive in the Pro League without having to play for their place. So in some circumstances, this is equally important for both teams.
Twist.
So cheeky. Frags backs away through the smoke. Doesn't take any damage, just clean the kill as you could ask for.
You want to do this Twist.
Remember, it's all on Titan here to try and salvage this. That's a huge kill for Benji from Library onto Shocks. And Titan, look at the time as well. We've only got 20 seconds. They have to go right in. They can't afford to check any of these corners now. And the bomb is going to be coming through onto B from behind. I like the idea from Existence, but so much of this resides on him. If he gets picked off, the strat is dead. Well and truly, he runs straight past the player. Not quick enough on the trigger to save his teammate, which was RPK. Robin's at the back of the site. Here we go. They line up for him. And he's going to try and lock them down. There's enough damage to the first player and the second one as well. P2000. And I will say, a pretty big upset for Property to take a map off Titan, 16 to 13.
And someone dropped out there too at the end, and it wasn't someone that Titan had even killed. I didn't think they had found a kill. So while there were 5 people alive for most of the round, like almost technically they won that 4v5 as they did drop one out there as it started to get close at the end. But time getting low forces them to plant the bomb with only one person covering instead of actually clearing the site and then getting the bomb down safely. They kind of line up there, the spray down, pulls out the 5-7, ends it. And Property, well, Titan haven't necessarily lost a series. They now have a tie, and it's to Property. I mean, you can't even make that stuff up. Like, who would have expected that? And that shows Property. Like, they are a team that is filled with talent. They got a little destroyed on Cobble, but they fought right back, and they were able to take Inferno. And they play well to those Tier 1 teams. That's for sure.
In a player that often gets overshadowed as well on this team, Robin was phenomenal on that last map. He dropped 29, just shy of his 30. Obviously, Twist is going to get a lot of the praise.
Yeah, the clutch was nuts.
It was ridiculous. Came out of nowhere. I don't think Evis was predicting that to happen.
He RKO'd Titan.
Indeed, he did. Literally RKO'd the 5 of them at the same time. So, deserved win on Inferno. I'm still somewhat speechless and blown away the fact that Titan did drop a map to Property. It's honestly, I felt this was the easiest prediction of the night. You know, the easy 2-0. Not the case. Property came and they did manage to bring it back.
Let's not forget the Shocks TK.
Oh man, that Shocks TK onto screen. That's going to hurt.
Yeah, so tonight you can see the matches up on screen. That was that concludes Europe for the day. And today is what? Wednesday. Yeah, so tomorrow, Thursday, we'll be back for the final day of broadcast for the week for CEVO MLG Pro League of Europe. We'll also have the MSI team or MSI Player of the Week for both North America and Europe. But still tonight, coming up 8 p.m. Eastern, we've got more CSGO action with Denial versus Team Coast and then Team Liquid versus Team Coast. So it's a Team Coast double header. And also their coach Legia is standing in tonight for Team Coast. So see what he does as he brushes off maybe some rust, some cobwebs, as he's been in that coaching situation for a little while. Probably still playing at a high level, I would assume. So that should be fun to watch. Come back for that. And Vince, I don't know, you got any final words before we head out and you probably go to sleep?
Pleasure as always, man. I think we have a lot of games tomorrow as well, don't we?
Yeah, we
for
have a
CEVO.
lot of games to fit into a week. Europe
Yes.
was crowded with all the lands, and all
Mhm.
teams were traveling, and we didn't want to forfeit everybody out. So
A lot of reschedules and whatnot. But it's going to be a lot of fun, guys, so I'm sure we'll catch you here for more epic CEVO action tomorrow. But that's it for me, Joey.
And of course, just thank you to the sponsors, CSGO Lounge, MSI, and Alpha Draft. Play fantasy esports with cash today. AlphaDraft.com to find out more. Buy tickets to the land November 6th to 8th, Columbus, Ohio. Find out on MLG.tv where you can buy those. And yeah, that's it. Peace, guys. Back for North America.